Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Hersh.
It says, "Hi, LSAT Demon! Exclamation point. I have two quick questions regarding law school admissions. One, I graduated from Brown University 8 years ago with a 3.35 GPA and a double major in economics and philosophy. I have solid work experience and I'm confident in scoring 170 or higher on the LSAT. Given that my GPA is below the median for top law schools, do I still have a realistic shot at getting into a top 14 school despite my relatively low GPA?" Why don't you start there?
Sure. So, Hersh, go to lsatdemon.com/scholarships to see what sort of scholarships you might get in the top 14, if any. But even if you get a small scholarship at some school, less than half, there's a decent likelihood that they will accept you, which is what you're asking.
Yeah, if all you're asking is, do I have a realistic shot at getting in? I would say, yeah, you're going to be a splitter. You're going to need a 170 something. Like 170 is kind of that's probably the median at the bottom of the top 14.
Yeah. So you need to go
So
higher.
yeah, you'll need a 174, 175, something like that. And then now you're a credible high LSAT, low GPA splitter. They see that LSAT and they go, "Oh, that would raise our median. We really want to raise our median LSAT. Maybe let's take a look at John." Or sorry, not John. That was the last one. Hersh. They say, "Let's take a look at Hersh." And they actually start looking because they don't like that the 3.35 GPA is going to lower their median. So, okay, so our median LSAT goes up and our median GPA goes down if we admit Hersh. So it's kind of a wash. So let's take a look. And then they see, hey, Hersh has 8 years of solid work experience. We like that. That means that Hersh is employable. US News has now started using employability in their ranking of law schools, or employment statistics in the ranking of law schools. So if they see that Hersh has solid work experience, they're going to like that. They're also going to see that Hersh went to Brown University, which is a top undergraduate school, very well respected school. I'm not sure how bad the grade inflation is at Brown, but it might be the case that Brown is not a school that inflates grades. If that's the case, you might want to write an addendum to just make sure that they understand that 3.35 was actually pretty good coming from Brown. If that's the case. If that's not the case, then obviously don't write that addendum. But yeah, I would say that if Hersh got a 175 and blanketed the top 14, he should probably expect at least an offer or two, wouldn't you think?
At least, yeah.
I would think. I mean, I could be wrong. And of course, Hersh could fuck it up by writing the wrong things in his personal statement. But assuming that, his resume is really what he says it is, assuming he can get that 175, assuming he writes the right things in his personal statement, I'll be surprised, Hersh, if you don't get a couple of looks. Never really know until you apply, though. Second question. I'm
Yeah.
31 and I was charged with a misdemeanor reckless driving 10 years ago. I believe I can get it expunged, but I haven't done so yet. Will this impact my admissions, and should I prioritize getting it expunged before applying?
If it's expunged, then you won't have to report it on some schools' applications, depending on how they word their questions. So, yes, I would get it expunged. I don't think it's a huge impact on your application chances, but it's not zero.
What would a lawyer do? I mean, a lawyer would just go get it expunged. If expungement is a thing that you can do, this isn't a good thing on your record. I would certainly think about working on it. Should you delay your whole application cycle? Well, honestly, should Hersh be applying this cycle?
No, Hirsch does not have his 170 plus yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hersh, you should be applying in September of 2025 for September of 2026 admission if you're serious about this. And I realize that, Hersh is going to say, oh, but I'm 31 and yeah, whatever, dude. You're going to, if you started right now, you'd graduate when you're 35. And if you wait another year, you're going to graduate when you're 36. Who cares? What's the difference? There's no real difference there. So I would absolutely push, especially because you haven't yet completed your LSAT. Like you're confident you can score 170 or higher. And I believe you. I bet you can, but you haven't done it yet. And I don't think you should be doing applications and the LSAT at the same time, especially not when the application window already opened weeks ago. So pushing it to the next cycle means, yeah, you've probably got plenty of time to get this expunged. So why not get it expunged? You probably still do have to disclose it, though, as Ben mentioned. You probably have to disclose it at some schools. Anything more for Hersh?
No, keep us updated. Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.